Yes, good morning and welcome back to the Football Tribe YouTube channel. Robert Kesakos is your usual suspect. I've had to restart the live broadcast due to a technicality, but I hope this time around nothing goes wrong. You'll forgive me. I do struggle. I do seem to struggle with an irritating throat this morning, so there may be a lot of coughing during the course of this broadcast. But let's hope that it's nothing serious beyond what the irritation does communicate. Um, precisely today morning or this Friday morning spot, we'll be speaking matters. The FIFA Club World Cup. We'll be looking at Liverpool's transfer situation in regards to Florian Wirtz, because some Liverpool fans are sort of getting concerned, for lack of a better word, in respect to whether they think that deal will be going through or not. And yet, personally, I don't think they do have a cause for concern. They just have to be patient. They just have to be patient. They just have to be patient. Yes, as far as I'm aware, our audio is good. Our audio is really is okay to get us started for this morning's conversation. See, that's what I was saying. I have an irritating thought this morning. Let me have my messages activated. Anyways, do join me on this journey for this morning sport broadcast, where we'll be speaking the FIFA Club World Cup. We'll be speaking Leonel Messi. We'll be chatting about transfers and much more. But before we get started in today's debate or talk, I do want to send my shout outs to Peter Parker, Safa Ali, Adis from Rotterdam in Netherlands, Prince Nkosi, Maria Momoto, and all the others that were part of last night's broadcast. There, we did do a broadcast of about 1.5 hours. So thank you so much for those that were part of it, those that did contribute. Those who only contributed by just watching without engaging us, whether liking the broadcast or sending in a comment, we still do appreciate you. Those that do watch the broadcast long after they've been done, we do not take your time for granted. We do appreciate it as well. So, so yeah, we do appreciate it as well. But anyways, I want to say thank you, Team India. You've been really, really supportive on this channel. You've been really, really supportive, and it's encouragement. It's encouragement. But let's start with the FIFA Club World Cup, because it does get underway on Sunday with 3 games on the opening day. Inter Miami will be in action against Al Ahly from Egypt. For the opening fixture, it will be, USA versus Africa practically. For that opening fixture, that will come at 3 p.m. East African time on Super Sunday. Then by a minute later at 7 p.m. will be up against Auckland City, while at 10 p.m. Atletico Madrid will be up against PSG in the kickoff. And then other fixtures will follow, as we will see subsequent to that. I'll be letting you know what all the fixtures for match day 1 will look like. But before we get into what match day 1 will look like, all the teams are in groups or pools of eight. Sorry, they're in 8 pools, with each having 4 teams, and then it's a total of 32 teams. And then the top 2 from each group will advance to the knockout stages of the rounds of 16, and then teams will progress from there until the tournament climaxes on the 13th of July. Al Ahly of Egypt are in Group A alongside Inter Miami, alongside Palmeiras, and then AFC Porto. That's Group A for you. That's Group A for you. Yes, Palmeiras from you know from Brazil. Then Group B has Atletico Madrid, has Botafogo, PSG, and Seattle Sounder, while Group C has Auckland City, Bayern Munich, Benfica, as well as Boca Juniors. Group D has Chelsea, ES Tunis, Flamengo, and Lyon, while Group E has Inter Milan, Monterrey, River Plate, and Iwara Reds. Group F has Dortmund from Minense, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Urslan, while Group G has Al Ain, Juventus, Manchester City, and Wydad AC or Wydad Casablanca. Then Group H has Al Hilal, Pachuca, Real Madrid, and RB Salzburg. So those are the different groups. Those are the different groups from Group A to Group H that will be partaking in the tournament. In regards to match day 1 of the entire tournament, I've already told you what the opening 3 games will be. That's on the opening weekend on Sunday with Inter Miami up against Al Ahly in the official opening game. Then Bayern Munich play Auckland City later, and then PSG will conclude the day. Then still with match day 1, Palmeiras will be up against FC Porto. That is on Monday at 1. I think I'm hoping this is 1 p.m. guys. I'm really hoping that this is 1 p.m. East African time. Then Botafogo will be up against Seattle Sounders at 5 p.m. while Chelsea will be up against LAFC. That is on Monday, June the 16th. And then on Tuesday, Boca Juniors will be up against Benfica 1 p.m. East African time. Flamengo will be up against ES Tunis at 4 p.m. while Fluminense will be up against Borussia Dortmund at 7 p.m. while Liverpool Plate still on the same day at 10 p.m. will come against Iwara Reds. Uslan will be up against Mamelodi Sundowns on Wednesday, while Monterrey will be up against Inter Milan. Those games kicking off at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. respectively. And on the same day, Manchester City will be up in action against Wydad AC or Wydad Casablanca at 7 p.m. East African time, while Real Madrid will be up against Al Hilal on the same day at 10 p.m. Pachuca will be up against Red Bull Salzburg at 1 p.m. while Juventus will entertain Al Ain on at 4 p.m. on Thursday. So that's the opening match day 1 fixtures from all the 8 groups. Then the GOAT will obviously be playing in this tournament with Inter Miami, and that's none other than Lionel Messi. At least Lionel Messi fans believe just as much. Cristiano Ronaldo fans will believe to the contrary, and then obviously, other people may have a totally different opinion in regards to who the greatest of all time is. I know that I, for one, have a different opinion, contrary to even those two, within my personal, view. But I do think, how far will Inter Miami go with Lionel Messi at this competition? Like I said, it's a very important competition for all teams. All teams would be wanting to win it, given that it's going to be the inaugural edition in this new format. All teams would want to win it, but of course, not all of them will win it. There will be only one champion at the end of the day. Florentino Perez, that's the Real Madrid president, has already promised Real Madrid players bonuses of up to €1 million if they go ahead to win this particular tournament. But let's wait and see. But as far as Lionel Messi is concerned, with the tournament itself, I do not think he has anything to prove whatsoever. He's the GOAT in most people's eyes. He's done it all. There's nothing left for him to prove. Maybe he can still show, just like Cristiano Ronaldo showed in the UEFA Nations League, that yeah, while he's aging at the age of 40, he still got it. He still knows how to make the ball cross the line, and he can still play in a competitive match. Perhaps that is likely what Lionel Messi will be trying to prove. But in regards to the overall tournament, I think the world has nothing against him. However, if Inter Miami do well and they go far in the competition, then it will give the competition the much needed publicity that it does and sort of yearn for. I was reading somewhere that FIFA have gone ahead to slice further their match day tickets for the opening game after selling only at 25,000 tickets so far. So the tournament in itself does come a little early into the summer. There's a bit of anxiety about it. There have been questions of put forward in regards to the criteria for determining those that qualified for the tournament and that kind of thing. But that notwithstanding, I do think that if Inter Miami were to do well alongside the Lionel Messi, then it could give the tournament the much needed publicity going forward. So, anyways, for me, that's what I have to submit as far as the FIFA Club World Cup is concerned overall. Then, running away from that is that Manchester United have entered the race to sign Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. That news did broke yesterday, and again, for those of you that were part of last night's conversation, we did speak about that. But if a deal is to happen, then United will need to cough 100 million euros because pretty much that's what Chelsea have been informed of, because they're also interested in signing the 22-year-old French international who turns 23 in 7 days time from now. Liverpool are the other team in the race to sign Hugo Ekitike, where Manchester United have just rolled the dice, thrown their hat in the ring to try and pursue him. And according to Sky Sports, Manchester United are interested in signing French striker Hugo Ekitike, 22, from Eintracht Frankfurt in a potential £85 million deal. So there you have it. And then there's the question of Victor Osimhen was equally been linked with the potential move to Manchester United. He will have to want the move. That's for one. United will need to pay his release clause to Napoli, which does not come cheap, and the conditions of it may be a little tough than what Man United would have preferred. But also the player in himself, Victor Osimhen, should be willing to take a pay cut if he is to realize a dream move to Manchester United. But he does have offers from elsewhere. He's had offers and turned them down from the Saudi Pro League, while Galatasaray, where he did spend the whole of last season, did put forward arguably one of their strongest proposals with a 15 million net euro pay as a promise on the table. So, in as far as the transfer gossip is concerned, Liverpool are considering a move for Napoli's and the Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen, 26 years of age, who spent last season on loan at Galatasaray, making 26 league appearances, scoring 29 goals and providing 5 assists. That's a 31 goal contribution in those appearances. And then Bayer Leverkusen have made Liverpool's £40 million rated England centre back Joel Quesha as a mad target. That's for the 22-year-old star. While PSG will not allow French forward Bradley Barcola leave the club this summer, despite interest from Liverpool and Bayern Munich. That's according to Foot Mercato in French. And then Arsenal are considering a move for Athletic Bilbao and Spanish winger Nico Williams. I think we reported on that quite widely enough for you to know that Arsenal do hold strong interest in him, although his wage demands are something that tend to put off potential suitors, while Arsenal had no qualms whatsoever over his reported release clause that is in the region of 58 million euros. While at the same time, Bilbao are trying to offer him a new contract. A new contract to see if they can keep him at the club around for some more time, with a promise of improved wages, but also they want to significantly increase that release clause. So Arsenal are indeed there in that conversation, but he did give a signal to Bayern Munich that he does see a possibility of himself going to Munich. So that was a word of encouragement that he gave to Bayern Munich, who are pursuing him as a replacement for Leroy Sané, who just yesterday signed for Galatasaray on a 3-year contract, despite the fact that he will return to Bayern Munich and be part of their squad for the FIFA Club World Cup that will be playing, I think, at the group stages until the end of the month and even the round of 16. And after that, should Bayern Munich advance any further than that, then his contract will have run up and he will definitely have to leave and go join his new team in Galatasaray. Let's wait and see how that equally go down. But yeah, he's open to going to Munich. That's the 22-year-old Spanish forward. Then Arsenal have also held talks with Netherlands central defender Jarell Hato. We've spoken about this one. Chelsea are also interested in his services, but I mean, Arsenal's interest has been quite long term. It's always been there. They do appreciate him as a player, and then that is sort of been amplified in the work of news that AC Milan are interested in signing Arsenal's Alexander Zinchenko, who is 28 years of age. The Ukrainian international, however, is still having a disparity between what AC Milan are willing to pay him vis-a-vis what he does expect to be paid for a player of his profile and experience. So let's wait and see what that conversation leads to. I did speak about this the other time when I was assessing the Arsenal squad, saying that should they let go of another left back, which is believed to be Zinchenko, then they will have to sign a replacement because they've already lost Kian Tierney, who has returned to Celtic as a free agent and put pen to paper on a 5-year contract with the club over there in Scotland. So that's it regarding Alexander Zinchenko, but AC Milan are really, really interested in his services, according to Mail Sport. Then Luka Modric, sorry, that's according to Sky Sport. Then Luka Modric, 39, will postpone his move to AC Milan in order for the Croatian midfielder to play at the FIFA Club World Cup with Real Madrid. I think the writing has that has been that is no news really. It's been out there that he will be part of Real Madrid's World Cup squad, and then after that he will seek to join AC Milan, where he has been tabled with an offer of a 1-year contract with an option to extend it with about 3.5 million euros in net pay, should he agree to put pen to paper. And then a newly promoted Premier League side, Leeds are in talks with Udinese for 26-year-old Slovenian defender Jack Bijol, while Real Betis have offered a 3-year contract to free agent fullback Junior Firpo, 28, after the Dominican Republic international was released by Leeds. And then Brentford will block attempts by the new Tottenham manager Thomas Frank to bring Danish midfielder Christian Nogard, 31, with him from his former club. Now, yesterday, Thomas Frank was announced as the new manager for Tottenham Hotspur, stepping into the shoes of replacing Andy Postecoglou, who was sacked last weekend. Then, since that move was in the pipeline and it was confirmed that it would go through, conversations did start seeping through that of linking Thomas Frank with some of his ex-players at Brentford, the likes of Brian Mbeumo, the likes of Christian Nogard, among others, Johan Wissa, and things of that nature. But let's wait and see. Only time will tell whether indeed he has a solid interest in picking up on his former club. Managers usually tend to do that. Especially some look at players that have been sort of underemployed in their respective roles during courses of seasons, while others go for the prime priced targets. Away from that is that West Ham and Brentford are both interested in Rangers and Morocco striker Hamza Agmani, Agmani, only 22 years of age, after he scored 16 goals in the Scottish Premier League last season. Then 4 Premier League clubs are willing to meet the 1.2 million release clause of Millwall's England defender Japhet Tenganga, 26 years of age, while former Luton manager Rob Edwards is the lead candidate to take over a championship side, Middlesbrough. Remember, Middlesbrough did part ways with Michael Carrick there, who had been there for quite some time, by the way. Michael Carrick had been at Middlesbrough. Anyways, that's the morning transfer gossip. There you have it. I do not think, yeah, Thomas Partey, that one we spoke about last night. What's the other conversation that we've left out? I do not think there is really much, but as far as Liverpool fans are concerned, this is to ease your mind because it does. Brian Witz will be making the move to the UK. He will be traveling for his medical next week when he returns from his holiday or holiday break, so that he is on. Remember, they just finished playing in the UEFA Nations League semi-finals and third place playoff. At the semi-finals, they lost 2-1 to Portugal, while in the third place playoff, they lost to France by 2-0. So there it is. There you have it. That's some of the latest in regards to the transfer gossip, but also on the FIFA Club World Cup assessment. Allow me keep this short and wish you a wonderful rest of the day. If there's any news, we will be back here to give it to you all at different times during the course of the day. But one to watch for the next couple of days, is Benjamin Sesko, then Jorel Quensa, as well as Milos Kakes, and then Darwin Nunes, of course. But bye-bye. I'll see you guys later. Let's keep this at peace. See you later. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. For those of you that managed to catch it, let's link up later in another podcast later in the night or even during the course of the day if there's some news that is worthy of us coming back to your screens. Stay blessed.